Hello, and welcome back to the Petty Parlor. We are done with all of our Halloween shenanigans, and we are back on our bullshit, which I love. So I need y'all to show a little bit more, commotion for the Halloween episodes.
We worked hard on those.
We really fucking did. We tried not to be petty and crazy in those. We tried to be just fun and uplifting, lighthearted. Not uplifting, but lighthearted, and
Y'all hate to see happy black women. That's the problem.
Come on. God.
You only want to see black women going off on them, which we will be doing today.
Yeah, but I'm back to fucking ranting.
Some of y'all don't want to see happy black women. And it's upsetting. Anyway, she's your host, Jasmine.
I'm your host, Jasmine. I know I had to give it to her. I'm already ranting. I'm tired.
And I'm your host, Bree.
I saved my rants for a month and I'm back.
We got it built up now.
I'm really
It's coming. It's very difficult. Okay.
God, we want to be petty all the time.
Right.
But we were trying something new.
We're not going to do it again.
No.
Next Halloween.
Shit. It's going to be a short on our TikTok or reel, and it's going to be it.
Yes, but not only that. We just going to be ranting in y'all in costume. That's it.
That's it. You're just going to deal with the bullshit.
Because
we really
y'all didn't
tried.
respect our fun episodes. Now you can fuck off.
Yes. So, we today are going to talk about, if you haven't seen it, Meg's documentary. So if you ain't seen it, probably don't watch this. It's going to be fucking spoilers because we're going to talk about the whole thing in its entirety. If you have seen it.
Trigger warnings.
Yes.
All of the things. Violence.
Yes.
And all triggers. Okay?
All of the triggers.
I can't think of all of them. But it's triggering. Okay?
Yes. Very, very triggering. I was bawling my eyes out. I'm a little hormonal right now, so I'm definitely like, it's not, I feel so bad for her. So yeah. So we're going to talk about the documentary. I don't know where we want to start with it because it was so much. I took notes because I was watching it, but
I'm sorry with notes because I didn't take notes. I just felt feelings and it was very, very difficult.
So
it's difficult to watch, y'all.
It was very real.
Pausing because
and I love her.
Like we're both Meg fans. She just went to a concert. I didn't know the concert was happening until right before it happened, so I didn't go. But next time I'm going for her. And
I've seen her multiple times.
Not only just being a fan, but just like being a woman, a black woman.
Yes.
When this first happened, like Meg being shot, I already was like, yo, this man is trash. I always believed her. I never had any doubts that she was telling the truth. Just by the way that he was acting.
Yes.
And having been a victim of violence myself at the hands of black men, I just really was like, oh, this man is a terrible person. Like, he's truly evil. So, rewatching all of that and then seeing it from her perspective and things that she was feeling and like how the mental breakdown and everything was god awful. Like, really difficult to watch.
Very touching. So, starting kind of from the beginning of it, she was talking about like how, she got the stallion and stuff because she was like the tallest in her class and everything. I could relate to that because I've been, 5'7" or whatever. I've been 5'7" since like the 5th grade. Okay. I don't consider myself a tall person. I think I have normal height, but it's probably a little bit taller than I don't think I'm that tall. I think 5'10" is tall. 5'10" and up, like you're tall. But I feel like I'm like regular,
I haven't grown since the 5th grade though.
Yeah, I've been 5'7" since the 5th grade.
I'm only 5'5", but I haven't grown since the 5th grade.
So I definitely related to her, and how she was talking about how she got, teased in class and everything for being tall and laughed at and everything. And then she was talking about how she was a crybaby about everything. Girl, same. I was very sensitive as a child. Listen, but the difference with me being sensitive as a child was I could cry and beat your ass at the same time. Like, I was a bully and I hated people talking about me, but I would beat you. Like, we would be fighting. I fought a lot as a kid and I cried a lot.
I was a bully, but I didn't cry. I just beat the fuck up. But but this is the thing. I wasn't a bully because I used to be, like when I was in high school, I was bullied very badly. But when I grew up, I have a brother and even though he's 4 years older than me, he was very, very short. And so I was actually taller than him the majority of our time in school. And people used to fuck with him all the time because of that. So I used to beat their asses about him because I don't play. My brother.
I did that too. Yeah, I got a lot of fights because my sister, she has special needs. So I was always defending her. I was beating niggas down. No, I didn't play no motherfucking games.
And still did it. And my mom knew because she would get calls all the time like, well, Brianna beat up this kid. And she was like, what was I doing? Bothering him? And they were like, yeah, okay. She did it for sure. No questions asked. She knew they were telling the truth. And they were, because don't try me. Just the bottom line.
Yep. But then also in the argument, she said she was a crybaby, but like she wouldn't cry around her mom, so her mom wouldn't cry. And like she was talking about how, you know, she was taking on grown-up emotions to be strong for the other grown-ups that she was around. And that's a lot for a kid to do. Like I related to that super duper heavy, you know, about doing that, because you're like, oh my God, I want to see my mom cry. So let me not cry so then she doesn't feel bad. And you're trying to like people please someone else's emotions and things like that. So that was really touching, I thought, in the beginning, her to talk about that, which also explained how she reacted to the Tory Lanez event. She was people pleasing, taking on someone else's emotions, not trying to get somebody else in trouble. Don't do that. I'm gonna tell you right now, listen, it sounds sweet and noble, but as Black women in particular, don't fucking do that, because no one's gonna have your fucking back.
No one at all. And he didn't even appreciate it.
No.
She really saved this man's life.
My God.
Because they could have shot his ass immediately upon arrival when this happened. But because she didn't out him right then and there, really, she probably saved this man's life. And not only did he not thank her for it, he then turned around and tried to really destroy this woman. And I just want to say, going forward, just so you know what type of situation this is, that man is evil. There's something truly demonic about you. That's the kind of shit. If you can sit there, harm a person, know you harmed a person, lie about it even though they haven't said anything about you, lie about it, and then try to turn around and make them the culprit in this whole situation, is diabolical and truly narcissistic, but also there's a depth of evil in that that is not, that's almost unhuman.
Yes.
And it's absolutely, it's gross. I hope you never see that.
Because if the roles was reversed,
oh my God,
imagine she would be up under the jail
immediately.
It wouldn't have taken 2 years to prosecute.
Period.
She went through this trial for 2 years.
It's
crazy.
So depressing. Oh my God.
All right. So back to my notes. She talked a lot about, you know, being raised around Black encouraging women, but then she found out, you know, more in the real world that not everyone's as encouraging as her grandmothers, her mom, her aunts, you know, and things like that. And she would go out in the world and be talked down about and everything, but she was always proud, you know, about what they would say about her. They always told her she was so beautiful, she was so talented, she did a good job, blah, blah, blah. But she didn't get that from nobody else in her life. And that is so true of Black women, period. Most of all of the encouragement that I've ever gotten in my life has been from another Black woman, if not like a really close friend. Anything from a man, I feel like, has always had an attachment to it, like an expectation. Like, you're calling me pretty because you want to sleep with me. You're calling me pretty because you want me to do something for you. You want to use my car. Like, it's always a catch to it when a Black man is encouraging a Black woman. You know, that's at least in my experience. I don't know about you, but
no, that's true.
It's like, it's always something to it. They're not doing it out the kindness of their heart. They're not doing it just to uplift you and make you feel good about yourself. They're doing it because they want something from you, and that's it. So I thought that was really, you know, good for her to talk about and everything. There was an interview that she did where they were asking her, you know, about, because her songs were very sexual and things like that, and she was all, you know, into things. And they were saying, like, do you get worried about men seeing you as objects? And her comeback, which I love, was, I see men as objects.
Love that for her.
What do you mean? Men are objects to me. And I said, girl, period. Because yes, that's exactly, that was the right type of attitude to have, for sure. So I really did like that. I'm speeding through a lot of the beginning because we know the juicy part was the Tory Lanez part. So I know in 2019 she talked about when her mom had passed.
That was so sad.
It was so sad. Because her mom seemed amazing. Like the videos of her with her mom being her manager and telling her to do something. Especially, I love the piano scene.
Oh, that was so cute.
When she was like playing the piano and Megan's like twerking and stuff. I was like, yes, that's amazing. I loved it. And all she wanted to do is be as strong and as nice as her mom. I do take up issue because a lot of it in there she talked about being strong. That is the crutch of Black women, the being strong. We have to stop wanting to be strong and trying to be strong. If you are not strong, sometimes that's stronger than being strong, to be honest. So it was just, I felt like a lot of the time she was like, I gotta be strong, I gotta do it. And it was like her crutch of everything. When she really, if she would have just embraced her emotions and went through the pain and dealt with it and healed from it, she wouldn't have crashed out the way she crashed out. So
that being strong, that fucks you up. Like it really, really does. Because you're being strong for every type of situation. But then who's being strong for you? Like you need to, every person needs a person that they can lean on and like, you know, talk about stuff with and just, you know, talk about their stresses with or whatever the case may be. And like all that holding stuff in for fucking everyone, but the pressure of it for Black women is crazy. But like for fucking everyone, that's how people just like start fucking blowing up and little stuff like chips.
Chips in there.
Listen, as an over jalapeno chips myself, I understand, okay? Because
that was so valid.
If that's what I wanted, and then you came with, you know, some sour chive, like cream onion.
I also would have broke down.
Listen, I also would want to fight. But like, the bottom line is that one little thing making you go off like that is because you spent so much time, like just being strong, holding everything, and it's super toxic for you and very, very unhealthy. So
it's not healthy at all. And being a strong woman, listen, there's no prize at the end of that motherfucking tunnel.
None.
There is no prize.
More burdens. That's what
it is.
You know how when you work in an office and you're like, I'm gonna take on more work because I want to. Like, and then they'll be like, can you also help so and so and so and so and so and so with that for an extra raise? No, just as a favor.
Just you could do it.
Just because we know you work fast. Actually, why don't you take on the majority of their responsibilities while they move up in the company and you don't go anywhere because we need you to be the best employee. That's what it's like being that strong. There's selfish. There's nothing at the end of that tunnel when you're like, I'm being strong. There is no prize.
No. And you teach your kids so much more emotional, like, what's the word I want? Like, how to deal with their emotions better. If you show them as a parent that you're not strong all the time. That mom is not superhuman. I'm not a fucking hero. I am not somebody that's unbreakable. I have emotions as a person. Things upset me. And that lets them know their emotions are okay as well. And you need to tell people when they fucking hurt you.
Right.
Like,
that's the bottom line.
That's the healthiest thing you can do. So I definitely think, you know, of course she got the being strong from her mom. And her mom didn't show a lot of emotions and things besides being strong. So then she thought that was what she had to do. Don't do it. Don't do it. It doesn't help you in the end. It really doesn't. Because then once you grow up, I know like me and Bree, and you find out the truth about your parents and the shit your dad did and da-da-da-da. And you're like, why did you deal with that, Mom?
Right.
You didn't have to go through all that.
You didn't have to go through all that.
You didn't have to do that. So don't do that shit. All right. Back in my notes. The next thing I did, I took a couple quotes. She said, I think she said her grandfather, or it was another male figure in her life, said this quote, and it said, everything that grin ain't your friend. And I said, I'm taking that to the bank. Because that is so fucking true.
So fucking true.
And if you don't know nothing else, everything that grin is not your friend. And that goes for at work. That goes for, especially at work, and social settings. No. And, you know, I know she was talking about that at the point where she was talking about Kelsey and everything and how she was supposed to have her back and be her best friend, and she's smiling all up in her face, and then she went around to backstab her.
Now listen, I will say this about this whole situation, and we were talking about this before. I understand Kelsey being upset at Megan because Megan, I guess, this is the thing. I don't actually know what really.
No one explained the relationship.
No one explained the relationship. But if what Kelsey has said is true, which has said was true.
Yeah. That's it. So the other parts I want to talk about is a lot of the things she said when she was going through her depression and her moments. A big thing that hit me was like her SNL thing, and she performed Anxiety and everything, which that is my fucking favorite song. And I know everybody's like, it's so upbeat, but listen, I'm a bad bitch and I got bad anxiety. Has always resonated with me. Once I heard that line, I said, you are talking my mind.
My favorite depression songs are all of these. They speak the most.
You are talking to me, mamas. And her thing when she got off of that was saying to people, was I pretty? Did I look good? She had to go up to people and ask them, how did I look? She was so broken down and so insecure. The most beautiful woman in the world. Like, we know Megan is body. She is T. Everything about her is T. She's beautiful inside and out. And she's asking all these other people, was I pretty? Did I do okay? Did I do a good job?
But also, you shouldn't have to ask.
No.
Like,
and that made me so sad.
Instantly being like, you looked amazing.
Literally. Where's the...
What's the first thing, when I came in the house today, what is one of the first things I told Jasmine? I said, oh, you look something like that. And I do it every time. Every time I see her face. Because she's my friend. And I'm finna tell her she looks good. Because if it don't nobody else tell you, bitch, I told you. Okay? I told you look cute. Or I told you, like, ooh, girl, like, pull just this, pull, you know what I'm saying? Like, ooh, girl, pull it. I'm finna tell you you look cute one way or another. You're finna get this love regardless. Like, if you want it or not. I don't feel cute. It doesn't matter because you look cute. And I'm telling you, you look cute. And no one she shouldn't have had to beg for that. She should have immediately, as soon as she got off, you looked amazing.
Woo, you killed it, girl.
Amazing. She was definitely crying up there, though.
She should.
It
was emotional, and you felt all the emotions in that. That song, the lyrics, a lot of her lyrics, and I know people like to twerk and a lot of her lyrics are real shit. And that's where I love Megan, because she really be talking about some shit. You know, it's like Andre 3000. Y'all don't want to hear that. Y'all just want to dance. That's what a lot of her music is. But she really be talking about some stuff. And the other point I was going to talk about, my last kind of point, was she had talked about when you go through something traumatic, your brain doesn't put it in the right place.
That was such a good, like, profound thing, I think she said.
Yes. She said when she went through, you know, her therapy and everything, that's what she got told was, you know, and she went on her mental health.
I'm so glad she did that. She was like...
She probably needed to do it months and months before.
But, like, I really... This is the thing, y'all. People who are not depressed and who don't deal with things like suicidal ideation and stuff like that, when you are somebody that does deal with that, I can see what people are going through or where they are at in life, and I can recognize in a person, this person is on the verge of possibly committing suicide.
Yeah, being taken aback.
And that is genuinely how it felt watching that documentary. Yes. When she was going through that. I was very, like, concerned.
So
like,
glad you're here.
And I know it's already over, so it's like, but in that situation...
The fact that she was doing all these shows and her house was getting robbed.
And I think he put people into that.
Oh, for sure. She's getting bullied online. She's got this and that.
The way y'all bullied that woman. Y'all are some of the fakest motherfuckers on earth.
You think shit is cute because you're doing it online.
Y'all think, and when I say y'all, I mean the black community as a whole. Like, y'all.
The women also.
The women, you bitches are finna get it too. Let me tell you something. But not only just you, but I just mean as a community, right? We're black. We think everything's funny. We make jokes about everything, this, that, and the other. We will often see a person who is going through some things or doesn't look well or doing whatever, and then we immediately start making a bunch of jokes or being like, or coming down on that person like y'all did with Chadwick. Didn't know what was going on. They pass away and then, oh no, it's so sad. No, was it sad when you were saying all that fucking horrible things about them? If y'all would have bullied that girl and she killed herself, would y'all have turned around and been like, oh my God, it's so sad, it's so sad? Because you don't care.
Yeah.
During the time
you were saying she should be shot in the head.
And it's disgusting.
Come on.
That's fucking disgusting. Like,
yeah.
Y'all worse. Do you have 4 points?
That's go off. Yeah, you can go off.
Okay. Let me say something.
You got it.
Right. Black men, and some black women, but black men mostly, I really want you to understand, and this is a part of the documentary that really upset my spirit. Now, during this time when everybody's talking all this shit, they put up all the videos of people talking about Megan and talking about Free Tory. And let me just point out that all of these celebrity men, there was only one that is not a known abuser of women that was talking about this and who was on Tory's side. All the rest of them, DaBaby, we already know what he's done and all the things that he's done to women. We already know that he's killed people, literally. Yeah. DaBaby killed a person. I don't know if y'all remember, but that did happen. Okay, so we already know that he's a violent criminal. Okay, thank you so much. Chris Brown, need I say more?
We don't need to say a goddamn
thing. You don't even need to say a goddamn thing about that. Who else was in there? Akademiks was in there. As far as I know, he doesn't have any physical violence against women, but I think it's just because of the women he deals with. Right, but he is constantly always going in on women, bashing women. You saw that Saucy Santana had to tell him multiple times to leave Miami alone because, and let me tell y'all something, y'all want to keep playing around. Let me tell you who can fight. Absolutely. Some gay black men. Yes. The drags have it. When I tell you a drag queen will drag you. They had to fight in high school on a regular basis because y'all niggas are homophobic and they have the motherfucking hands, okay? I guarantee you a group of motherfucking gay ass dudes against a group of straight ass dudes, y'all straight men asses will be beat to the ground, okay? Saucy would have beat the brakes off of Akademiks given the opportunity. Now Miami, she was messing around. Diddy, come on. Need we say more? Come on. Drake said something about her. Come on. You heard what Kendrick said. We all know what he said. Trying to strike a chord and it's probably like A minor. Come on now. So all of these men, out of all of these men who were saying these things about Megan, the only person who doesn't have a known history of abuse towards women was LeBron. The rest of these men all have a known, documented history of violence against women. And I just want to let you know that when you find yourself agreeing with abusers, rapists, and pedophiles, you may want to look at yourself. Because birds of a feather do motherfucking flock together. And y'all tried to pretend like these were stand-up men of character that were saying these things about Megan. I knew if I didn't already know, seeing them say it, the group of niggas that was saying it, I was like, oh, okay. And it's always, during this whole thing, she wasn't really talking about it because I remember that in real time. Everybody was so loud, da-da-da, Free Tory, da-da-da-da, she's lying, da-da-da, Megan's this, Megan's that. And she just out here putting out music, being silent. And it's always the truth. The loudest person in the room is not only the dumbest, but the guiltiest. Every single time. Every single time. And y'all were embarrassing. And then what's crazy is during this time, I remember all these dudes on all the Shade Room podcast and all these different things or being like, yeah, when you after court, y'all gonna have to apologize to Tory because blah, blah, blah. But then when he lost, did y'all ever turn around and apologize to Megan? Or did you just try to pretend like, oh, the law just has it so fucking wrong? That's what it feels like. You doubled down because at the end of the day, you knew you were wrong. You never cared. You never cared for what the courts had to say. You didn't really care about the results. You didn't even care if he really was guilty. Because at the end of the day, and I really, really want y'all to understand what I'm about to say, and I want you to hear it, and I want you to take it in. The Black community has never cared about violence against women, ever. And also has never cared about pedophilia, included in this. But any violence against women, the Black community has never given a fuck the whole entire time. And you know that that's true Because if R. Kelly would have been messing around with a bunch of white women, that nigga would have been in jail 75,000 years ago. If Chris Brown would have been beating the shit out of some white singer, he would still be in jail to this day. Like, the bottom line is, it's only because you're attacking black women that a lot of you aren't in prison right now. I hope Diddy gets a motherfucking cell with Tory together. I hope they become boyfriends in prison. But the bottom line is, y'all have never cared about women. And I really want you to understand, black men, that if men's whole identity is protecting and providing, y'all have failed.
You're failures.
You're failures of your own community. You're failures as men. And you're failures to women in your family. Do you think the women that are in your family don't see the way that you talk about any woman that speaks up? The way that y'all did. What's crazy is, you saw this happen. You still didn't learn any lessons, because the moment that Cassie spoke up and said, hey, Diddy did these things, y'all treated her like shit the same way.
A girl that has been completely unproblematic her entire career. Ain't never done nothing, hurt her soul, said a bad word, nothing.
Y'all treated her like shit until that video came out, and then you were like, and then you still act like, oh, the world is just against Diddy, because why can Diddy do? Who gives a fuck what Diddy's doing? I hope he goes to jail the rest of his life.
And I'm be very vulgar and graphic. The way y'all suck a rich nigga's dick is disgusting.
It's disgusting.
Just because y'all wanted some clout and you wanted Tory Lanez to like your ass because he got some money for some bread.
Like,
you talk about gold diggers and women being disgusting coming for your money. Y'all are the fucking worst. The way men act around other rich men is the most despicable shit I ever seen in my life.
It's gross. It's disgusting. Y'all are gross. But yeah, I really, y'all have failed the community, and I really want you to understand that. It's just getting worse in so many different ways. Y'all have not protected black women ever. And at this point, it's sad because it can be rectified, but y'all have to admit first that you failed, and you have to admit that as a community there is a problem here. You have to admit that as men, you're not teaching younger men that, hey, treating women like human beings is actually pretty cool.
Like, we'll get you through.
We'll get you through in life. And it's, what's really crazy to me is, anyway, what's really crazy to me about this whole thing is that, like, black women have been the backbone of the black community for all of time. Okay? We have always really put our whole person into this community and taking care of this community and taking care of black men. And the things that I hear black men say about black women nowadays, the way that y'all treat black women, when y'all harm black women and a black woman speaks out about the harm you've done, y'all treat her like she killed him.
Yeah.
I will never, ever understand that. And that is why a lot of y'all are saying you're voting for Trump, because y'all don't think rape is a big deal. You don't think violence against women is a big deal. You don't even think it's a bad thing. You don't care. I was telling Jasmine that I watched this video the other day, and it was very, very upsetting. But it was an experiment, and it was about a man who was on a date with this woman. They were at a restaurant. He put something in her drink, and there were other people around. Now, at one point, there was all these men around, and they saw that this was happening, and they just were like giving each other like the eyes, like, oh shit, like, ooh. And then one guy who was a black man, and he was an older black man, literally was just laughing in the back. A woman saw, and she came over and she knocked the drink off the table before the girl could drink it. And the thing is, like, as women, all we have are really ourselves, because in most communities they don't care about violence against women. But other women, at the very least, know that if a black man tried to harm them, their community is doing something about it. Yes. At the very, very least. Because if y'all did the stuff that y'all did to us, to a white woman, there would never even be a question about prison. Y'all would be in jail immediately.
Yeah, how do you shot Paris Hilton in the foot?
Immediate prison.
Come on now.
But we don't even have the luxury of knowing that any man will ever be seeing justice for anything. We always have to take justice into our own hands every single time.
And the minute y'all start getting treated like we are, and I'm looking at DaBaby and Little Miss Redbone, who thought she could be up in our community and not get treated like a bitch like every other woman DaBaby has treated. You're gonna get in your face. It's just so stupid.
Oh, girl,
you're not special.
You're not special, bitch.
You're not special. She was better than a bitch. Come on. Men are awful if they're awful. It's end of the sentence. It doesn't matter who you can't fix them. You can't sit up here and do this and do that. Oh my God.
You're the exception is the dumbest shit on earth. Like, as a woman, right, you should always be thinking, I'm not the exception, no matter what. If a man is not a good person, and he wasn't a good person to this previous person, I am never looking at them like, and this is why I don't fuck around with no taken men. Because y'all will fuck around with a taken man, get that man, and then be surprised when he cheats on you the same way that he cheated on the previous person with you. Girl, did you think this was a good man? If he was a good man, you wouldn't have been able to fuck with him in the first place because he was already in a relationship. You thought you were the exception. Okay, girl. He would never do me the way he does you. Wouldn't he though? Wouldn't he?
That's why and listen, I still watch Cheaters, okay, from time to time. That show been on for a very long time.
I'm glad I found out that most of those were fake. This pisses me off so much.
But I think they were reenactments though of like actual stories. But the amount of people on that goddamn show, and every time the girl sits up there and sides with the cheating man, I just have to laugh. Cause you dummy.
You fucking big ass idiot. And even on TikTok, I just saw a couple days ago, I saw these people arguing. And if you know who I'm talking about, put it in the comments. But these people, I don't keep up with these people's names, child. I'm old. I can't be. Anyway, so it was this girl, and she's sitting there talking about, oh yeah, thanks for taking care of all these things. Thanks that I'm really this man's baby mama. We have kids together, and you know he just married you to take your money, spend it on us, so we could do blah 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 and blah blah blah. And thanks, girl, for this, that, and the other. And then the other woman comes around and comes on, and she's like, actually, we've been married for like 10 years. I'm like, whatever. But the whole thing is, why are you both on here fighting over an ain't shit man? This girl just told you that this man is taking all your money and spending it on them and these kids that he had. Why are you doing that? On Beyonce's internet? Y'all gonna sit up here and fight over this man? I'm never fighting over.
You got it, sis, every time.
The moment that you're like, this is my man, please have him.
You got it every time, baby.
I'm not interested. I'm never looking at a man that brought me drama as like that was a catch. I'm like, I don't understand. Y'all are doing.
What's love got to do with it?
Literally, I don't care how much money this man has. I don't care about any of that.
Unless I'm being sprinkle on it, and I have nothing invested
in. Pay me enough to be somebody's side chick ever, because the amount of people who are getting physically hurt in these situations is crazy. Like, and I just, no man is worth dying for. That's insane. Like, on top of that, like, these men are worthless. Like, I don't understand how you can think like this. But, yeah, these men, like, y'all are terrible. You failed your community, black men. you let women in your lives know. If like the young women growing up right now in the Black community, I feel so bad for them, because I feel like if I was like a young girl who was like 9-10 years old and I saw my father going off about, you know, Megan Thee Stallion, like, why did she tell on him? I would be like, I can never tell him if anything bad ever happens to me, because he's going to immediately blame me. And y'all can sit around and say like, oh, I wouldn't do that because it's my daughter. Megan's somebody's daughter.
Yes.
What does that fucking mean?
Yeah.
Y'all go out of your way to bully women, to treat them like shit, and really you hate women. Like, it's the bottom line. A lot of you genuinely hate women, but yet in the Black community, and then y'all have all these criteria for. I see men all the time talking about, well, you don't deserve our respect because look at how you dress or whatever. Hey, I'm a human being, and I don't know if you know, but the default for human beings is respect. Like, when you meet another human, right, your default setting should be, I respect this person until they disrespect me, and then I don't have to respect them anymore. Yeah. As long as somebody has not disrespected you, you should be respecting them. But the moment that you say, I don't respect you because, oh, look at how you're dressed or whatever, that has nothing to do with how this person interacted with you, you are already looking for a reason to hate this person and treat them like shit. You have all this criteria for whether or not you should protect Black women, yet we don't have that same criteria for you. If we had all this same criteria for y'all, we would never march for y'all. Ever. The moment that y'all get shot by the police, when we started going through a checklist, well, did he have priors, like blah blah blah, like we did that, y'all niggas would never have no support. But we always, no matter what, no matter how wrong you were, no matter what, we've always been like, hey, this person should still be treated like a fucking human being. And we go out and we bust our asses and we march for you and we advocate for you to just be respected and treated like human beings, and to not allow random whites of any kind to constantly harass Black men or whatever the case may be. And do you know what y'all do? Y'all turn around and you treat Black women the same way that white men treat y'all. Yep. You turn around, and whenever a Black woman says, oh, this man did this to me, the first thing y'all do, well, what did you do? And you know what they do? Whenever y'all get shot by the police, well, what did he do? Do you see how y'all are the same people? Yep. People have been saying that Black men and white women are the same person, and it is true. Y'all are exactly alike. Like, the majority of y'all act exactly like that. You use that same never allowing the victim to be the victim logic on us that people use on y'all when y'all are the victims. They never want to see you. No. The disrespect. That's the Black men. Nala said, eat her ass, is what she said. She said, eat that booty like groceries, because she's sick of your shit. I saw a TikTok the other day about that line in that song, and like when Janae came up with it, and like her manager was probably like, girl, why would you say that? Why would you say that? But no, that's the truth. Y'all turn around and you treat us the same exact way that white men treat y'all, and then, you know, it's gross. I really would love for this community to become one again, and to become a community of people that actually love and care about each other. Y'all really don't have it for Black women. You know what was fucked up is like when we had like the August 5th, you know what I mean, situation with the chair and everything. My first thought was like, I wonder if you saw how fast everybody came to that Black man's aid. Yeah. I always said to myself, I wonder if it was a Black woman, like would that situation have been the same? I feel like no. So. I don't feel like we would have had that. And what's crazy is Black women also rushed to that man to his aid. Everybody was out there, okay? Without a thought. Without a thought. Because at the end of the day, and I do it too, if I'm out somewhere and I see the police and they stop some Black man or whatever, I be pulling over. Like, I be making sure you good. That you good. If I see a white woman that's out here, you know, talking crazy to a Black man and harassing them, I stop by. Yeah. Because what's going on? I'm a woman. I can hit this bitch. You can't. You go to jail. You know what I'm saying? I'm there, but y'all hate us, and like you're violent towards us, and you try to tear women down that speak up against the violence that y'all do to them, and you don't hold each other accountable. And I really wish that y'all would one day just be like, you know what, we've got to, you want to be men, you want to be leaders, lead in a good direction, not lead other boys to be thinking that, hey, beating the fucking shit out of women is great, but like lead, start leading, start saying, hey, we need to start taking some control, we need to start acknowledging that we have damaged this community almost beyond repair at this point, and we need to start acknowledging these things so that we can start turning some things around. We need to start teaching these young boys that, hey, actually loving your girl, treating women nice is actually a great thing. Because what y'all do when someone's treating when a man is treating a woman nice, you call him a simp. You act like he's you a sucker, you a simp. The moment that a man is treating a woman nice, y'all act like he's the worst scum of the earth.
Crazy. I always say SIP stands for smart, intelligent man that get pussy. I don't know.
Period. Love that for Put on the shirt. Merch.
It's on my dating profile, and the amount of men that say alive and we people out real easy.
Okay. I also find that people that use that are often men that don't have money. So I don't feel like any man with money has ever called another man a simp. I just feel like it's very much like, because
the fact that you calling a girl a gold digger for $1 to $3 flowers is crazy, dog.
Y'all broke. No guys that actually know gold diggers and have dealt with gold diggers are care about that, because most men that deal with gold diggers know that that's what they have to offer, right? Yeah. Because a lot of them, they're older men. They don't look great. They're all giving. I mean, look at like Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk. Look at those guys? They're not cute. Do you think that women would be interested in them?
If they didn't have money.
If they didn't have money, they know. They're fine with it. Yeah. Because like what they don't have anything else to offer, and they're fine with it. Yes. Only y'all who don't have anything to offer are upset by us. Exactly. But the bottom line is y'all were trash. That one guy, he's getting doxxed right now, which is fantastic. The guy who worked for FedEx. And listen, y'all really sat around here thinking. Please understand, social media is public. Yes. Y'all want to say whatever you want to say without consequence.
Repercussions. Yep.
There can always be repercussions, especially when you're stupid enough to have your work clothes on with your work logo like a fucking imbecile. Okay?
Yes.
You deserve everything you get. And now he's being doxxed. They've already, because you sat up here and you said, like, you're not getting into heaven. I'm so sorry, but a large majority of you, if you sat here and you said, oh yeah, he should have killed her. Oh my God. You don't have the passes into heaven. Like you can't afford the entry fee. Okay. All right. So
especially when they never said what the argument about, why he shot her. There was no good reason. There was no.
Even if he said he was just drunk.
Yeah. There was nothing provoking it. Nothing. He just.
Even he said he was just drunk, but that's the first thing y'all do. But what did she do? It doesn't matter. Unless she shot him first, it doesn't matter what she did. Yeah. She should fucking shoot him, because if not, then it doesn't fucking matter. He fucking shot her. Yep. Okay. I'm glad that man's getting doxxed though, so he can go to him.
Well, yes, all the people in that documentary are in jail or getting doxxed at this point. Because you deserve it. You deserve it. Megan deserves the fucking world. She's the greatest of all time. I love her. Yeah. And she deserves
Kelsey too. You couldn't get your comeuppance up. You're like, girl, your shit. You keep trying to. You listen. You keep doing stuff. And you really need to just go off into obscurity. Like, what the fuck you need to do. You really kind of got off scot-free in this whole situation. You keep trying to make fetch happen. You keep trying to come back and do more things and all that because you want to be famous. You're not famous. You're not going to be. You're a weak bitch. Like, that's the bottom line. Like, you sat here, you let somebody harm your friend, because you were mad about some dick. There's no dick on earth that good. I don't foresee it.
And it's in jail.
But at this point, I bet you probably never even apologized to Megan and be like, you know what,
crazy.
What you did was wrong, but also I was completely fucking wrong.
Yep.
And I should have told the truth about what happened to you or whatever the case may be. It's really your only bet at this point. Like, that's your best bet at this point to even like get some peace of mind.
Yes.
But you don't even want to do that because then you turn around and you fucking try to work with Nikki. You a weak ass bitch. Like, that's the bottom line. And you really, you need to just fall off into obscurity, man. Go get a house in the country and just go about your day, bro. Like, it's fucking over. Like, just fucking,
you're done.
You're done. That's really it. But anyway, I really liked the documentary.
I did.
Thought it was great. I liked all the anime too. I actually wanted there to be more anime. Yeah. I love that though.
I love the breaks in the animation.
Yeah,
for sure.
That was really great. It was a well told story, but in general, black community, y'all gotta do better. Black men, get your lives together. If you start realizing that, like, hey, everyone I agree with and like is like
a little sus.
Maybe you need to reevaluate like your own like morals and priorities.
Yes.
There. Alright. But oh Jesus. Okay.
I know, damn.
You got sleepy.
I was trying to.
I'm on narcolepsy medication, so I can't fall asleep right now for the next 3 hours. But anyway, so but yeah, so that's all we've got for today.
It was a lot.
Yeah, it was a lot, but it was great. All right, well, you guys, that was long. All right, you guys, eat, drink, be petty.